Section 9 of Birds, Volume 1, Number 3, March 1897. Recorded for LibriVox.org by Stephen Winterburn. The Flicker. A great variety of names does this bird possess. It is commonly known as the golden-winged woodpecker, yellow-shafted flicker, yellow hammer, and less often as high-hole or high-holer, wake-up, etc. In suitable localities throughout the United States and the southern parts of Canada, the flicker is a very common bird, and few species are more generally known. It is one of the most sociable of our woodpeckers, and is apparently always on good terms with its neighbors. It usually arrives in April, occasionally even in March, the males preceding the females a few days, and as soon as the latter appear one can hear their voices in all directions. The flicker is an ardent wooer. It is an exceedingly interesting and amusing sight to see a couple of males paying their addresses to a coy and coquettish female. The apparent shyness of the suitors as they sidle up to her and as quickly retreat again. The shy glances given as one peeps from behind a limb watching the other, playing bo-peep, seem very human. And I have seen, says an observer, few more amusing performances than the courtship of a pair of these birds. The defeated suitor takes his rejection quite philosophically, and retreats in a dignified manner, probably to make other trials elsewhere. Few birds deserve our good will more than the flicker. He is exceedingly useful, destroying multitudes of grubs, larvae, and worms. He loves berries and fruit, but the damage he does to cultivated fruit is very trifling. The flicker begins to build its nest about 2 weeks after the bird arrives from the south. It prefers open country, interspersed with groves and orchards, to nest in. Any old stump or partly decayed limb of a tree along the banks of a creek, beside a country road, or in an old orchard will answer the purpose. Softwood trees seem to be preferred, however. In the prairie states it occasionally selects strange nesting sites. It has been known to chisel through the weatherboarding of a dwelling house, barns, and other buildings, and to nest in the hollow space between this and the crossbeams. Its nests have also been found in gateposts, in church towers, and in burrows of kingfishers and bank swallows, in perpendicular banks of streams. One of the most peculiar sites of his selection is described by William A. Bryant as follows. On a small hill, a quarter of a mile distant from any home, stood a haystack which had been placed there 2 years previously. The owner, during the winter of 1889–90, had cut the stack through the middle and hauled away one portion, leaving the other standing, with the end smoothly trimmed. The following spring I noticed a pair of flickers about the stack, showing signs of wanting to make it a fixed habitation. One morning a few days later, I was amused at the efforts of one of the pair. It was clinging to the perpendicular end of the stack and throwing out clipped hay at a rate to defy competition. This work continued for a week, and in that time the pair had excavated a cavity 20 inches in depth. They remained in the vicinity until autumn. During the winter the remainder of the stack was removed. They returned the following spring, and after a brief sojourn departed for parts unknown. From 5 to 9 eggs are generally laid. They are glossy white in color, and when fresh appear as if enameled. The young are able to leave the nest in about 16 days. They crawl about on the limbs of the tree for a couple of days before they venture to fly, and return to the nest at night. End of section 9. This recording is in the public domain.